What if I told you that the biggest obstacle to your peace isn't what others did to you, but what you've done to yourself? There is a Buddhist secret to let it all go. Stay with me, because the answer might surprise you. Mistakes are an unavoidable part of life. We all know that forgiving is difficult, right? It is easier said than done. Now, even in forgiving, it is very easy to forgive the mistakes that other people have done to us. But it is really, really difficult to forgive our own mistakes for the mistakes that we have done in the past, right? Before we dive in, take a moment to share this mantra in the comments below. I accept my past, I release my guilt, I welcome peace. In this video, we'll dive deep into Buddhist wisdom to uncover the key to releasing the weight of your past, finding peace, and moving forward with clarity and grace. Let's begin. Do you ever find yourself revisiting old memories? Maybe it's a harsh word you regret saying, a decision you can't undo, or an opportunity you missed. And so many people, most of us, worry about the things that have happened in the past, about the things that we said in the past, about how we acted in the past, how we lived in the past. And we get stuck in these mistakes, and we waste a lot of time, right? But the Buddha teaches us a way to look at these mistakes, how to move on, how to move through them, and how to grow through them. So, from this video, we are going to discuss how we can deal with the mistakes that we have done in the past, how we can correct them, and how we can deal with them. In Buddhist philosophy, this is referred to as dukkha, or suffering. Clinging to past mistakes ties you to those moments, preventing you from experiencing the present. The Buddha says, "For it is growth in the training of nobles to recognize a mistake for what it is, deal with it properly, and commit to restraint in the future, so that you understand the nature of your life, that I'm a human and I make mistakes." The Buddha says the first step of dealing with a mistake that has been done in the past is to accept it, to see the mistake as it is, to see the wrong thing as a wrong thing. This is called acceptance. Now, one of the most difficult things for us to do is to accept that we have done mistakes. Why? Because there is something that hurts us in our mind, right? It is a really big problem, and that is nothing but the ego. According to Buddhist teachings, the ego thrives on attachment, convincing you that your worth is tied to your actions. This is why self-forgiveness feels like a betrayal of accountability. However, this is a misconception. True accountability doesn't mean punishing yourself forever. It means learning and growing. We always think, okay, I am right, I am correct, I will never do mistakes. But the reality is, we all are humans. We all have imperfections. We all have defilements in our minds, so we make mistakes, right? There's a saying, as long as you make mistakes, you are human. So, understand, you're a human and you make mistakes. When you accept it, you don't hate yourself. The problem is, we think that we should not be making mistakes. We think we will be perfect forever, but in reality, we are not. The key to self-forgiveness lies in acceptance. The Buddha says, accept the mistake. See the wrong thing as a wrong thing, and accept that you have done it. Remember, acceptance is the first step of healing. Now, the problem is not the mistake. The problem is worrying about it, brooding over it, holding on to it, and wishing, I wish I couldn't do that. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I didn't act like that. So we waste a long, long time, a valuable time that we can use to create something better for our life. Acceptance means taking the first step toward healing. Once you've acknowledged your mistake, the next step is confession. The Buddha says, now reveal it to someone who can understand you. Confess it. How to do that? Find someone who can give you good advice, who doesn't judge you, and say it, "I did this mistake. This mistake happened from me." Why confess? When you confess, you share what is inside with someone who can understand you. One benefit is that your mind becomes free. After making a mistake, your mind often criticizes you. When you confess, you open up and free your mind. You can also get good advice on how to deal with it. Sometimes, for some problems, we cannot deal with them alone. You don't have to deal with each and every problem alone. If we ask for help, it will be given from the right people. That is the good thing about having noble friends around you. The last step is transformation. The Buddha says, the next step is to take the right actions to ensure the mistake does not happen again. Restraint in the future is key. If the same mistake happens 100 times, it becomes regression. But 100 different mistakes mean progression. Mistakes are inevitable, but learning from them is what leads to growth. Accept, confess, and then take action to ensure you grow from your mistakes. Every difficult situation, every mistake you make in life is a great lesson. The truth is, forgiveness isn't about erasing the past. It's about freeing yourself from its control. Buddhist wisdom shows us that mistakes are teachers, not life sentences. As long as you are human, you will make mistakes. Accept them, confess them, and then take the right action to not let them happen again. Learn from your mistakes and grow through them. Keep this in mind. Imagine this. You're standing in a field with two paths. One leads you back to the weight of regret, the other leads to freedom. Which will you choose? Let's recap. Forgiving yourself isn't easy, but it is possible. Start by acknowledging the pain without judgment, practicing compassion, and grounding yourself in the present. Remember, your mistakes are part of your journey, but they don't define your destination. The Buddha says, see the wrong thing as a wrong thing and accept it. Confess to someone wise and then take action to grow. As the Buddha taught, you, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Let this be your guiding light. If this video resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need this wisdom today. Also, take a moment to reflect and share this mantra in the comments below. I accept my past. I release my guilt. I welcome peace. And don't forget to subscribe for more Buddhist teachings that inspire peace and transformation. Until next time, take a deep breath, let go, and embrace the present moment.